Here's the news at 9. First, the highlights. Lagos State government urges international auditors to prioritize professionalism, self-development. Federal government pledges to clamp down on economic saboteurs. On the foreign scene, death toll from Zambia's cholera outbreak reaches 700. And in sport, Nigeria, Cameroon play goalless draw in first leg of 2024 Women's Olympic Football Qualifier. Now the details. I am John Omoaka. Lagos State government has urged international auditors, to exhibit exemplary character in the discharge of their core duties, emphasizing the importance of self-development for effectiveness and efficiency. Head of Service Olabode Aguru gave this advice during the opening session of the 16th Annual Retreat for Internal Auditors in the state, underscoring the significance of exemplary character among internal auditors as they carry out their core duties. Aguru, who was represented by the Permanent Secretary, Public Service Office, Olasekomi Oyebola, said integrity, honesty, and ethical conduct are essential traits that auditors must possess to uphold the credibility of the profession. While addressing participants, the Permanent Secretary, Office of Internal Audit, Kikelomo Daudu, stressed the need for internal auditors to adapt to these changes proactively, ensuring that their audit processes remain robust and effective in safeguarding public resources while promoting organizational efficiency. Lecturers in Lagos State government tertiary institutions have been advised on quality teaching while making more inputs in the formulation and implementation of government policies in the state. Commissioner for Tertiary Education, Tolani Sule, gave this charge during the valedictory session held in his honor as outgoing member of the Governing Council of the Lagos State University, OJO, at the council chamber of the institution. According to him, the quality of government support, material and human resources available to higher institutions of the state government puts them in vantage positions to make contributions to the state government policies for the development of the state. Sule assured members of the university community that the administration of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu will continue to invest in the state institutions of higher learning because the quality of teaching will determine the quality of graduates produced by these institutions. Vice Chancellor of LASU, Ibiyemi Olatunji Bello, thanked the outgoing member of the Governing Council, Tolani Sule, for his modest contributions to the development of the university and relentless service to the institution. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has approved the appointment of Ayokunu Adesina as Permanent Secretary, Office of the State Surveyor General. A letter signed by the head of service, Bode Aguru, said due cognizance was taken of the appointee's impressive performance. Aguru envisaged that Adesina will continue to bring in experience to bear on the mandate of the Office of the State Surveyor General. Adesina served as the Surveyor General of Lagos State from Monday, 16th of August 2023, until his appointment as Permanent Secretary, which was conveyed in a letter dated 22nd of February 2024. The Federal High Court sitting in Lagos has ordered the Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria, FAN, to show the total annual generated revenue from toll gates and parking lot fees in all federal government-owned airports and how much it remitted from January 2015 to January this year. Justice Ibrahim Kala, who granted the order, also compelled the FAN to provide details of the revenue to a public interest applicant, the registered trustees of the Center for Law and Civil Culture. The judge gave the federal agency 3 months to comply with the order. The applicant filed a suit following FAN's failure to accede to its Freedom of Information request of August 24, 2022. Now to the rest of the stories. The federal government has pledged to go after individuals sabotaging the economy of the country. Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, said regulatory and enforcement agencies have been working round the clock in the past few days to identify, investigate, and sanction those involved in illegal activities and sabotage within the forex market. Idris noted that the CBN's efforts have been met with ferocious resistance from speculators and other unscrupulous players within and outside the country who profit from dysfunction and non-transparency. He added that the government will not allow its efforts to be jeopardized. The newly appointed 11 justices of the Supreme Court will be sworn in on Monday. Supreme Court's Director of Information, Festus Akonde, said the oath of office will be administered on the justices by Chief Justice of Nigeria, Olukayode Ariwola. Akonde said also the ceremony will take place by 10 a.m. at the main courtroom of the Supreme Court. When the swearing-in of the elevated justices is done, the Apex Court will have the full complement of 21 justices as stipulated by the Constitution. It will be recalled that the National Assembly on December 21, 2023, confirmed the elevation of the justices following President Bola Tinubu's recommendation. Now to foreign news. The death toll from Zambia's cholera outbreak has risen to almost 700. It is the largest ever recorded in the country, beginning in the capital, Lusaka, in October, and has since spread to all of Zambia's provinces, affecting more than 19,000 people. The medical charity known as Medicine Sans Frontiers, MSF, says cholera is easily transmitted with rehydration, but with the proper care, a person can die in a few hours. But without proper care, a person can die in a few hours. The disease is caused by contaminated water, so access to clean drinking water is vital to stop it from spreading further. A court in Uganda sentenced more than 100 women to 1 month of community service each after they confessed to sending their children to beg in the capital, Kampala. The court also banned the women from returning to the city and ordered that they be sent back to their home district of Napak in northern Uganda. The women who were arrested last month during a crackdown to eject beggars from the capital ahead of 3 international summits that were hosted there pleaded for leniency, with some saying they were widows and others single mothers. Magistrate Edgar Karakire, who presided over the case, said a jail sentence would be inappropriate, hence the need to enforce a deterrent sentence. Sending children to solicit or beg for alms is against Uganda's child protection laws and carries a maximum sentence of 6 months. Now sports. Nigeria has held Cameroon to a 0-0 draw in the 2024 Women's Olympic Football Tournament third round. First leg encounter in Douala. The nine-time champions of Africa took their pitch with their usual dash and gloss and forced consecutive throw-ins. The winner on aggregate of the Nigeria-Cameroon fixture will most likely have to duel with the African champions, South Africa, for a place in Paris. The Super Falcons and the Indomitable Lionesses clash in the second leg is built to hold at the MKO Abiola National Stadium, Abuja, on Monday evening. And that's our news. But just before we go, ensure the registration mark on your vehicle is clear and visible at all times. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms. X, formerly Twitter, Lagos Traffic 961. Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Watch us live on Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. On YouTube, subscribe and watch all our previous programs and news on our channel, Traffic Radio 961. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration trained 280 unemployed youths for global certification on solar farm construction technology for the supply of electricity in Nigeria? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State government has urged internal auditors to exhibit exemplary character in the discharge of their core duties, emphasizing the importance of self-development for effectiveness and efficiency. The federal government has pledged to go after individuals sabotaging the economy of the country. We also told you that the death toll from Zambia's cholera outbreak has risen to almost 700. And in sport, Nigeria has held Cameroon to a 0-0 draw in the 2024 Women's Olympic Football Tournament third round, first leg encounter in Douala. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to Lagos Traffic Radio at lagosstate.gov.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Dewale Oloporoku. I am John Omoaka. Thank you very much for listening.